I'm Jeff Goldblatt with NBC5, and my friend Joe Cantafio is about to do something really good today. He is a Renaissance man, this guy. Not only does he perform for the troops, not only is he an accomplished dad, but now he's a free throw shooter. And he's going to raise money for charity, and his back is not going to go out either in the process. I'm very honored to be here with you today to help introduce this great charity event. We want to take some time right now. First, to tell you just a little bit about Joe and why he's doing what he's doing. He's shooting his free throws today for a special cause. It was Thanksgiving in 2004 when his cousin, Lance Corporal Ryan Cantafio, was killed fighting the war on terror in Iraq. And since then, Joe found it within himself to be inspired. Instead of just kind of wallowing in his own pain, he decided for this to be an inspiration for him to raise money. So for today, what we are all giving money towards is the American Hero Music Festival, which will take place September 9th and 10th, which will mark the commemoration of September 11th, 10 years ago. That'll take place in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. That's where Ryan was from. Beaver Dam has also had 2 other service members killed in action fighting the war on terror. I've talked to the mayor himself, and he told me anecdotally over the phone, I didn't know at first what this Joe Cantafio was about. I thought this was going to be like a beer festival. And he got out there and he couldn't believe the music and the songs that they put on. And he told me, this guy's too good for Beaver Dam. But they're coming back again for this 3rd year, and they're real proud of it. And then also Joe's raising money for the Fallen Hero Scholarship Fund. I'd like to think this guy was going to be in Washington right today, but he's working all the time. Congressman Joe Walsh, Republican from the Nick Salsa with Charity Strike.
Yeah, I'm it.
What an awesome turnout. I know Joe said he'd have a few people here, but I had no idea this many people would show up. Thank you, really all of you, for being part of this special event. Joe, just a personal thanks. I'm so glad we got to meet a couple months ago. It really helped change my life. And I just want to thank you. Apart from this event, on behalf of all Americans, you are probably one of the most patriotic, deserving, tireless people I've ever met in support of our military family. So.
Thank you. I'm going to use a microphone. I'm used to it. So I've been shooting free throws since I was in high school, Park Workforce High School. I see a couple of my high school buddies here today. And it just clears my mind. It's a good way to start the day, start the workout. My daughter Danielle rebounds for me. We have a lot of fun, and you know, I had those dreams of the Bulls need somebody that can hit free throws. They see Joe Cantafio sitting in the stands. They call him in, and he sings too, and the Bulls win. You know, he always had that. And I was like, God, I wish there was a way we could use these. So I've been trying to hit 100 free throws in a row my whole life, and finally a couple months ago, I hit 100 in a row, and I wrote about it on Facebook, and Major Lenny Williams of U.S. Army saw that and said, you need to meet Mitch Salstein, and that was a great introduction, because Mitch started this program when he was stranded at O'Hare in a snowstorm, and some guy was complaining that he needed to get out right now, and right there on the TV screen in the terminal was a story of how the Army had to re-up their troops over there from 1 year to 18 months. And he thought, you know what? This guy's complaining that he has to go someplace in the safe United States, and soldiers are now going to be in caves and out in the desert for an extra 6 months. So that's how he started it. So we got a great patriot, Mitch Salstein. Yeah. I'm never nervous shooting free throws, but when you see your congressman sitting there and your mayor, and the mayor of Beaver Dam, and I'm going to recognize some people, Gold Star Father, Roy Frank and Georgia Frank lost their son, Phil, in 2004 on April 8th. And my cousin Joey, you know, Joe and Sandy wanted to be here today, they can't. And this chokes them up every time. They haven't healed the way you've healed. And I told them I wanted them to meet you. What Roy and Barb and Sukas, what you guys have done for our military with helping cure traumatic brain injury in the name of your son by shipping orthopedic canes to the front line for our wounded troops. And anytime I get a call from a soldier who needs cash because his papers didn't transfer and they can't make their mortgage payments. We fly under the radar and Roy makes sure that their mortgages are paid. Incredible. Roy, please stand up, and Barb, stand up. Part of the Marine family. My mother's here today. My mom is sitting in the front row, 9 years old. My mom, I'll never forget, Oak Park High School, we're losing to Highland Park by 2 points. I drive the lane, I get fouled, I go to the free throw line. And I hear it from the crowd. And if you've ever been to Oak Park Stadium, and the basketball court's huge, I hear, "Concentrate, Joe, concentrate!" "Be alert, Oak Park, be alert!" And he used to laugh, so I hope you don't yell at me today, Mom. I bet you never thought we'd be in this situation again. A lot of great people. You know, a lot of we've introduced, and Tom, thanks for coming down from Beaver, or coming down from Beaver Dam. I always like to put Chicago above Wisconsin. It'll never work. We have a lot of fun there. The Bears played the Packers 2 years ago, the next day after the festival, and I promised everybody I'd be out of Wisconsin before kickoff, and they all cheered in the audience. So we have a lot of fun. You got to come to this festival. It's the most beautiful little town you've ever seen. 14,000. I think they've lost 3, the most per capita in the state of Wisconsin. 3 soldiers have been killed in action. But this is the greatest, most beautiful, peaceful little town, and Tom, you're doing a great job leading that little community. I want to recognize 5 people that are here today, and it's the reason we're all here. I mean, when you think about it, it's the reason we all come together. The reason we can have a beautiful day here in Barrington, Illinois, my new hometown. It's because of the sacrifices these guys make. And I want you to stand up. This is the only thing I've asked you to do. I said, I want you to come, relax, and have cake and coffee, and shake hands and take pictures with people. Sergeant First Class Hythe, the United States Army. Staff Sergeant Gordon, the United States Army. Sergeant Rivas of the Marine Corps, the U.S. Navy. Sergeant Louise Torres, the United States Marine Corps. The Marines are from my cousin's unit, 224.
Looks like you're back now.
And when I met her, I was like, wow. She has a twin sister who's also in the Army. These are the poster girls I think they should use for Army recruiting. They could close every Army recruiting office across America, just put her picture on it. She came down from Wisconsin to be here today. She's in Milwaukee. Major Patriot Brown. Yes. These are the people that keep us free. Thank you so much for all your leaders. A couple other people I want to recognize. There's an old Marine sitting on the end of the aisle over there. He's a Vietnam vet. The song I wrote, They're All Not on the Wall, one of the verses about him when I met you about 24 years ago. He's also running the Vietnam Veterans Welcome Home event down in Millennium Park in a couple weeks. Sergeant Jack Schiffler, United States Marine Corps. Vietnam veteran. David Bancroft has one of the most incredible websites. I was shocked one day, my picture's on his website. There's a story because he talks about USO entertainers. He got me next to Bob Hope and all these, and I'm blown away. David is one of the most, his website is USA Patriotism. And he lives in Houston, Texas. And David drove with his wife and his grandson all the way to Chicago today to be here at this event. And David is an incredible poet, and he brought a couple copies of the poems. I don't think he thought that we'd have these many people here. I didn't. And he'd be happy to autograph them, especially for some of our Marines. You wrote one for the Marine. Your son was a Marine.
In the fallen and veterans, I have about 20 or 30 of my poem honoring the fallen that the USO uses at Dover.
Right. USO uses his work right now for our troops. So thanks for coming from this. Great to hear they have a chance to stand. Sitting right here in the front row, one of my heroes. I've known Ronnie for, I won't say how many years, they'll date us both. 1962, he was the Chicago Bears Rookie of the Year. He was the first round draft choice. There's a trivia question. There was only 2 players in the history of the NFL that were on the same team who were rookies of the year and first round draft choice. The answer is Mike Ditka and Ronnie Bull. Stand up, Ronnie. And I'm going to turn it over, I think, Matter, thank you.